Right, today we're gonna do a drawing that looks something like this. And we are gonna be using, we're gonna start off with 10 to make the daddy. We're gonna use an R to make the baby. And then we're gonna use a 5 to make a whale shark. The whale shark is gonna be off in the distance. So let's get started. All right, so first we're gonna start off with a 10. So we're gonna do the 1, and then we're gonna do the O, 0. You want like a little bit of a gap between the 1 and the 0. All right, next we're gonna give him eyes. So put a little circle here. And his eyes are going to overlap. So we're gonna do, kind of connect them, okay? And then we're going to start on his smile. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna do a gentle curve down. And then we do like the little bit of a smile crease there. Okay. Now we're gonna give him the rest of his mouth. So we're gonna start here, and then we're gonna bring it down and bring it up, and then we're gonna give him a tongue. So we start in here, we do a curve down, and then another curve, like that. Okay. And then we're gonna put like a little line underneath his mouth to make it look like he has lips. So just a little curve. Okay. And then he looks a little sleepy, so we're gonna give him some eyelids. So we're gonna go inside his eyes and draw a line just over here. And then we're gonna put some dot here and dot in here. And then to kind of do the markings from between his eyes and the rest of his mouth, we're going to draw a line. And we're going to do 2 dots for his nose. And then we're going to give him some eyebrows. Just little kind of curves like that. Okay. Now let's give him a neck. So we're going to draw a line from the 1 to the O. Okay. And then we're going to draw a line from the 1 to the O. Let's get that done. So he now has a neck. And we're gonna give him the rest of his shell. So we're gonna start up here. We're gonna draw round and down. Give him a shell. So let's decorate that shell, okay? So I'm gonna do a line up going this way. So start here. And this part doesn't need to be exactly like mine. So if it doesn't look just like mine, that's okay. But it's almost like we have like a brick pattern. So I'm kind of doing these rounded rectangles that also kind of follow the curve of his body. So I've got kind of big ones here, and then I'm going to do long skinny ones down here, just like that. Then I'm going to draw 2 lines. So 1 line and then another line kind of connecting these 2. Okay. And then we're going to add sets of little lines right down in here. And you don't have to do the exact same number as me. So it's okay if it's a little different. Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and give him some fins. So they're gonna come down here. I'm gonna do the back one. It kind of looks like a mitten a little bit. Okay, that's one. And then here's the other. Kind of curve it up. Okay. And then we're gonna do the back ones. So back ones, you can't see all of them because his other feet are blocking your view. So there's the daddy, okay? All right, so let's go on ahead and let's do the baby. So the baby starts with a lowercase r. So we're gonna go down and then we're gonna bring it over to make the R. And then we're gonna draw a circle in here to make the I. You can fill that in, and it's looking up at the daddy, okay? And then we're gonna do the mouth. So we're gonna do a little curve down here, and then we're gonna draw a line here, kind of bring it around, up, like that. And then let's do the bottom part of his mouth. So we're gonna start inside here, we're gonna go out, and then curve it back into the body. And then we're gonna do a shell just like the daddy. So we're gonna start up here, go around and down, okay? And then we're gonna do his shell texture. Just doing kind of rectangles, big rectangles, small rectangles, skinny and long rectangles. So however you do it is a-okay. And it doesn't have to look just like mine, okay? And then I'm gonna go to the bottom there, okay? And then we're gonna do those little lines in here to add a little texture, okay? And let's give them some feet. So we're gonna start down here. They're a little bit more simpler. So we're gonna curve out, and then we go down, and then we're gonna curve back up, and then we're gonna do it again. So we're gonna curve out, down, and then curve back up. So we have our two turtles, and they're in the foreground. And now we are going to draw the whale shark. And we're gonna make the whale sharks are really big. So it's still gonna be a good size, but it's gonna be in the distance. And it's gonna be in the background, okay? So we're gonna start off, we're gonna do a 5, over, down, and around, okay? We're gonna draw 2 circles for the eyes. So we're gonna do a circle here, and then we're gonna do a circle here, and we're gonna color in the eyes, okay? Whale sharks are really, really big. So we're gonna work on his mouth. So we're gonna draw a curvy line here that goes from the top to here. And then we're gonna draw a second one just like it. All right. Now we're gonna give him a back. Okay, so we're gonna go down, swoop. And then we're gonna give him a fin. So it's gonna start right about here. Goes down like that. Kind of looks like a leaf. Right? So now we're gonna give him a tummy. So it's gonna go from here in the mouth, down and up. So here at the mouth, down. I'm gonna skip this and go back up. And this whale shark needs some fins. So there's a fin on his back. And then another one on its tail. Okay. And then we have the fin on the other side, but we're only going to see the bottom of it. So we're going to draw that right there. And then there's another fin down below. And then he has his back fin. It's kind of pointy. So we're going to go up and down. And we're going to start here, out, and over. And then the last thing is he has two jazzy kind of motion lines on him. Okay, so those are our animals. So let's give them somewhere to be. Okay, so I think first we can start off giving them some air bubbles. I think that's a nice fun detail. And just do little circles, and they don't have to be perfect. It can be kind of fun. Okay, we'll give the whale shark some too. All right. I think I'm gonna put a line in the back for our horizon. It could be kind of wavy because of, you know, like the sand and everything. Okay. Then I'm gonna put some things in the foreground, maybe like some seagrass. I'm gonna do some seagrass and some rocks. I'm gonna make them kind of bumpy. And it's okay if some of your things overlap. You can kind of pick what you want to be in front and what you want to be in back, and then you can erase whatever you don't need before you start coloring. Okay. And I'm gonna have some things that are in front of the whale shark that if I were you and I had my pencil, I'd erase, you know, like this stuff in here, okay? So we're doing this, making our seagrass, and let's put some things in the background, okay? We'll make them kind of smaller so that they look kind of far away. Right? Because things that are far away from us, they look smaller than the things that are close up. Some more seagrass. Okay, maybe some, like a rock back here. This one's just gonna be giant seagrass. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna do some rocks kind of here, just to kind of have something to look at in the middle ground. Then maybe just some kind of sandy, bumpy texture too. So you guys, once you're happy with it, you can go on ahead and start coloring your drawing.